Assalamu alaikum. Good morning. Are you hearing me, students? Please reply. Walaikum assalam, Fatma. Good morning, all of you again. I'm waiting for a while, then I will start my today's lecture. Now you know that from today onwards, your mock examinations will be started, and these are all MCQs based question answers, and there will be different forms given to you, and these will be opened one by one after the completion and submission of the first one, previous one. I hope you have all read the instructions given on the Google Classroom. So wish you best of luck for them. Okay, now I'm going to start my today's lecture. It is English language lecture. I'm Mrs. Afshin Imran. This is lecture number 50. Our topic is active and passive voice. You all know that we are doing the review of active and passive voices, and we have done the sentences based on all tenses. You all know that we are not doing all 12 tenses in active and passive voice. We are just doing 8 tenses, and we are not doing future continuous tense, future perfect continuous tense, present perfect continuous tense, and past perfect continuous tense. We have only 8 tenses. So we have done the review of active and passive voice based on tenses. Now we are doing active and passive voice interrogative sentences, which start with who. Okay, who is used as a subject here in these sentences. Okay, for active voice we use who, and for passive voice we are using by whom. And these are also depending on different tenses. We have done the 4 tenses yesterday: present indefinite, past indefinite, present continuous, and past continuous in the last lecture. Now I'm doing the remaining 4 today. That will be future indefinite tense, present perfect tense, past perfect tense, and future perfect tense. Now I'm going to start these interrogative sentences. First of all, we are doing future indefinite tense, their structures and examples. Now you all know that for future indefinite tense, we have the helping verb will. And I have told you that for these sentences, starting with who, we are having the same structure for all the persons, okay? In active voice as well as in passive voice. For first person, second person, and third person, singular and plural, we have the structure who, which is replacing the subject actually here, plus helping verb, plus verb first form, plus object, plus question mark. You all know that these are interrogative sentences, so these must end with the question mark. Now the helping verb is will here. You should know that when future word comes in any of the tense, it means the helping verb must be will. Now I am showing you some of the examples of active voice sentences in future indefinite tense, like who will write a letter. You should remember that who is replacing the subject and who is acting like a subject here. Who will write a letter? Question mark. Another example, who will read the lesson? Question mark. Next example is who will learn the poem? Who will learn the poems? Here you can see that in the first two examples, who will write a letter and who will read the lesson. The object is singular. Letter, a letter, the lesson. This is the object and these are singular. But in the third example, you can see that who will learn the poems. The object is plural because it is more than one. Now I am going to show you the structure of passive voice in future indefinite tense. And I have told you already that there will be only one structure for all the persons. For first person, second person, and third person, singular and plural, we have the same structure. We start with by plus whom. The whom is representing the subject here, plus helping verb, plus object, plus be, plus verb, third form, plus question mark. Remember that these are the interrogative sentences in active voice as well as in passive voice. So we are placing the question mark at the end. It is a must here. And you remember that in the tenses, when we have done the tenses, for the passive voice structures, we end with the subject. Before that, by will be added. But here you can see that by whom is added here in the beginning. And because of that, we are placing the question mark because it becomes interrogative in this way. By whom, helping verb is will plus be. Will plus be means will and be cannot come together, cannot be written together, and it means they can come anywhere in the sentence. By whom, helping verb means will plus object plus be plus verb third form. You all know that for passive voice, we have always used the third form of verb. And this helping verb will plus be is for all the objects, singular and plural objects. Now there are some examples which I'm showing you for passive voice sentences. These start with by whom. By whom will a letter be written? Question mark. By whom will the lesson be read? Read, it is the third form here, question mark. By whom will the poems be learned? Question mark. It means you can see that whether the object is singular, whether the object is plural, we have the same helping verb and this is used in the same way for all the objects, whether they are singular or whether they are plural. Remember this thing, for passive voice, we are always using the third form of verb. Now, another tense, which is present perfect tense, we are doing here. Their structures and examples I'm showing you. For active voice, we have the same structure for all the persons, for first person, second person, and third person, singular and plural. Now, again, you can see that who is the subject here, who plus helping verb plus verb third form plus object plus question mark. If you remember, for all the perfect tenses, we are using the third form of verb. It means for perfect tenses in the active voice as well as in the passive voice, we are using the third form of verb. Okay, helping verb is has here. Has is used for all the persons here. And remember, who is replacing the subject? And because it is an interrogative sentence, so it must end in question mark. Now I'm showing some of the examples here for active voice. Who has written a letter? Question mark. Who has read the lesson? Question mark. This is third form read, written is third form. Who has learned the poems? Learned is the third form of verb. And you can see the poems is in the plural form and letter and lesson is in the singular form. And question mark is placed at the end of all sentences. Remember to place the punctuation marks very correctly in all the sentences. Otherwise, your marks will be deducted. So be very careful about the punctuation marks. Now, I'm showing you the passive voice structure here. In the present perfect tense, structure remains same for all the persons. For first person, second person, and third person, singular and plural, we have the same structure. And remember, for passive voice, all the sentences which are converting from active voice sentences starting with who, we start all passive voice sentences with by whom. And by whom is actually by plus subject, which comes at the end in the normal sentences, in the sentences based on tenses, and it comes in the beginning in the sentences starting with who. By whom, by plus whom, plus helping verb, plus object, plus being, plus verb third form, plus question mark. Now you can see that we have the helping verb has and have here. Has is used for singular object and have is used for the plural object. Remember that. Same verbs, helping verbs have been used here, which we are using in the normal sentences, perfect tenses. That for singular objects we are using has, and plural objects we are using have. Okay. Now I'm showing you some of the examples here. By whom has a letter been written? Question mark. You can see that a letter, it is the singular object, so I am using the helping verb has. In the second example, you can see that by whom has the lesson been read? Question mark. That means the lesson is singular, so we are using the helping verb has. By whom have the poems been learned? Here you can see that I have changed the helping verb have because the poems, the object is plural here. Okay. Now remember that has and been cannot come together. There is an object which comes in between them. Has and been. Okay. Remember that thing, and remember one more thing, that for passive voice we are always using the third form of verb, but for perfect tenses we always use the third form in active voice also. I hope you have understood till here. Please reply me whether you have understood so that I can move towards the other kinds of sentences. Okay, please reply whether you have understood or not. I'm waiting for your reply. Please reply in the chat box. Hurry up. Where are the students? Sleeping? Hurry up, reply whether you have understood or not. Yes or no? Students, are you listening me? Please reply, hurry up. Hurry up, reply, please. Are you listening me? Now I'm moving to the next sentences. Past perfect tense, structures and examples. Now past perfect tense, I'm showing you the active voice first, their structure. Now remember that for past perfect tense, we are always using the third form of verb. Okay, for perfect tenses, we have the rule that always use third form of verb in active voice as well as in passive voice. Okay. Now we have the same structure for first person, second person, and third person, singular and plural. Who, it is replacing the subject. Remember that helping verb plus verb third form plus object plus question mark. Remember to use the third form of verb in all perfect tenses, and the question mark is placed at the end because it is an interrogative sentence. Helping verb is had here. Now I'm showing you some of the examples of active voice sentences in past perfect tense. Who had written a letter? Remember that who is replacing the subject. Who had written a letter? Question mark. Who had read the lesson? Question mark. Who had learned the poems? Question mark. Remember that question mark must be placed at the end, otherwise the sentence becomes wrong. Okay. Now I'm showing you the passive voice structure for the past perfect tenses. There is same structure for all the passive voice sentences for first person, second person, and third person, singular and plural. The structure remains same, and we start with by plus whom. By whom means whom is replacing the subject. So by whom, by plus whom plus helping verb plus object plus been plus verb third form plus question mark. Remember for passive voice, we are always using third form of verb, and had and been do not come together. Helping verb is had here for all singular and plural objects, and been is placed after the object. Now I'm showing you some of the examples of past perfect tense in the passive voice sentences. By whom had a letter been written? Starting with by whom and ending with the question mark. By whom had the lesson been read? Read is the third form here, written is the third form, learned is the third form. By whom had the poems been learned? Now remember that whenever the object is singular here, you can see that in two of the examples, a letter and the lesson, these are singular objects, but the helping verb remains same for singular and plural object, that is had. Here in the third example, you can see the object is plural. Okay, and been comes after the object. Remember all these points. I hope you all are understanding. Now I'm showing you another kinds of sentences here, future perfect tense. Okay, we should remember that for future perfect tenses, we are using the third form of verb because it is the perfect tense. So we have the rule for perfect tenses that we are always using third form of verb. Now I am showing you the structures and examples for future perfect tense. Here you can see that I'm showing you the structure for the active voice. I have already told you that for interrogative sentences, we have same structure for all persons in active voice as well as in passive voice. So for first person, second person, and third person, singular and plural, we have the same helping verb, same structure, who, which is replacing the subject, who plus helping verb plus verb third form plus object plus question mark. Because these are interrogative sentences, so we must end them in the question mark. Helping verb is will have. Will have is written here, so it means they can come together here. Okay. I hope you are understanding everything. It is very easy, but we have to do a practice, a lot of practice. Now, future perfect tense, I'm showing you some examples of the active voice sentences. Who will have written a letter? Question mark. who will have read the lesson. Here, read is the third form. You should know that for perfect tenses, we are using the third form of verb. Who will have learned the poems? That means the third form of learn is here, that is learned. And the object is plural here in the third example, and object is singular in the first and the second example. Now I'm showing you the structure for the passive voice. We are doing the future perfect tense. For the structure remains same for all the persons. For first person, second person, and third person, singular and plural, we have the same structure, and starting with by plus whom. That will come in the sentences based on tenses at the end of the sentences. But here, because these are interrogative sentences, so these are starting with by plus whom. Whom is again replacing the subject. Students, are you hearing me? Please reply. Maria, please reply. Are you hearing me? Please reply. Hurry up. Are you hearing me so that I can start again? There's a continuous disturbance of the net connection. There's a problem. Now we have done the active voice sentences of future perfect tenses. I hope you have understood them. Now we are doing the passive voice sentences of future perfect tense. Their structure I'm showing you for first person, second person, and third person, singular and plural. We have the same structure for all the persons, and it starts with by plus whom plus helping verb plus object plus have plus been plus verb third form plus question mark. Now remember, the helping verb is will plus have. Will plus have means will and have cannot be written together, and there is something here in the sentence which comes in between them. Like here you can see that for the helping verb position we are using will, and object comes in between the uh, have and will. Okay. And the helping verb will have is used for, okay Sanya, I have checked my connection, now it is okay. Now remember, I am explaining it again that passive voice structure is similar for all the objects, for all the persons, for first person, second person, and third person, singular and plural. We have the structure by plus whom plus helping verb plus object plus have plus been plus verb third form plus question mark. Remember that always third form of verb is used for perfect tenses, whether they are in passive voice or whether they are in active voice. So helping verb is will here, will plus have. Plus means something is there in between will and have, and you can see from the structure that is object comes in between will and have. And this is the same helping verb used for all the singular and plural objects. Now I am showing you the examples for future perfect tense in the passive voice. It starts with by whom. By whom will have a letter been written. By whom will have the lesson been read. By whom will have the poems been learned. Okay. Now you can see that we have used the third form of verb here, and starting with by whom. And these are the same helping verb for all the object. Here you can see the singular object is used in the two examples first, and in the third examples there will be a plural object. Now, I hope you all have understood everything. Now, I am asking you whether you have understood or not. Please reply me. We have discussed 4 tenses today. That is future indefinite tense, present perfect tense, past perfect tense, and future perfect tense. Whether you have understood or not, reply me. Have you understood everything? Now, please reply me whether you have understood or not. Okay, Mahanur, very nice. Rumesa, which topic you have not understood? Rumesa, please mention the tense which you have not understood. Okay. If you mention, then I will explain it again. Okay. Mention the topic. Okay, Zaid, you have understood. Abdul Rahman, very nice. You have understood everything. Present future tense, Rumesa Abdul Ghaffar, there is no present future tense. Okay. This is not the name of any tense. Rumesa, what do you want to ask? I think you are so much confused. Future perfect tense. Okay. I'm telling you again. Okay. Now, future perfect tense. I'm showing you the future perfect tense again. Future means whenever the future word comes, it means helping verb must be will. And perfect means we have to use third form of verb. It means whether these sentences are in active voice or whether these are in passive voice, we always use the third form of verb. So for active voice, our structure is same for all the persons. For first person, second person, and third person singular and plural, we have the structure who plus helping verb plus verb third form plus object plus question mark, and our helping verb is will have. Okay. Now I am showing you some of the examples here. Who will have written a letter? Question mark. Who will have read the lesson? Question mark. Who will have learned the poems? Question mark. Now these examples are showing the future perfect tense. How? Because who is replacing the subject and it is showing that it is the interrogative sentence. So it must be in the end in the question mark. And will is the helping verb. Will have is the helping verb for future perfect tense. And third form of verb is used here. And after that, there is a object. Now, I am showing you the structure for the passive voice. Okay, it means we have understood. Now, for passive voice, we have the similar structure for all the persons. By plus whom plus helping verb plus object plus have been plus verb third form question mark, and will have is the helping verb for singular and plural objects. Now some examples are here. By whom will have a letter been written? By whom will have the lesson been read? By whom will have the poems been learned? Okay. Now remember, for passive voice, we always start everything here by whom, and in active voice we are using or starting the words where sentence of active voice with who, and who and whom are replacing the subject. Now, if you have got any question, please ask me in the chat box. After that, I will want to discuss about the mock examinations. During that, I'm taking your attendance. Okay. Now, do you want to ask me any questions about the topic, about anything, uh, about the mock examinations? Many of you have joined late today in the classroom. Please join at the time, that is 8:30 proper time. You should be here on time so that you will not miss any part of the lecture. Okay. Now remember and do uh, you have to work very hard and do a lot of practice for all grammar topics like sentences, tenses, voices, narrations, everything. You have to do a lot of practice as well as do the practice of writing the applications, letters and essays. Now, from today, we are starting your mock examinations on the Google Classrooms. Actually, these are just for your practice for the final examinations, because your final examinations will also be conducted on the Google Classroom. Okay, so these are just for your practice and you have to attempt it. Okay, if you are not attempting it, then you are not having any practice and you will do mistakes in the final examinations and lose marks. So please attempt them very carefully. There will be, if there are 4 questions or if there are 3 questions for the exam, then these 3 questions will be given in 3 separate forms. Okay, listen to me very carefully, those who have not understood. I'm explaining for you people again that if there are 3 questions in the examination paper, then there will be 3 forms, separate forms given to you for attempting the paper of examination, and these will be opened one by one. Once you have completed the first form and submitted it, then the second form will be opened so that you will complete it and submit. Then third form will be opened and you will have to complete and submit it. And one more thing which I want to discuss that, and I want to inform you that there will be limited time given for each question, that is each form. For example, 10 minutes, 5 minutes, and you will have to complete the form within the time slot. Otherwise, the form will be closed. Okay. Students, are you hearing me? Please reply. And if you have got any question, please ask me, because only 1-2 minutes are left. Please reply if you want to ask anything. I was discussing with you about the Google Classrooms mock examination. Students, are you hearing me? Please reply again. Do you have any question? You want to ask anything about the mock examinations or today's lecture? Yes. Okay, now. Okay, you have understood everything about the mock examination as well. So please attempt it very carefully. Everything is based on MCQs. Okay, everything, all the topics which we have given in your syllabus, they will come in your mock examinations, and you will have to practice for all of them. And I will give you the schedule of English, literature and language mock examination with the syllabus, and I will share it on the Google Classroom. So please go through the Google Classroom. After some time, I will uh, upload it, or I will inform you on the Google Classroom. So please go through that and do practice for the given topics. Okay. Anything which you want to ask? Have you understood everything? No one wants to ask anything? Have you understood everything? Please reply. Now we have done the active and passive voice according to the interrogative sentences, that is, they are starting from W, H,